DermaClinix, nurturing inner you.
Good morning friends. Today we will be discussing about why do we lose hairs and is hair transplant really a permanent solution to it. As you all know, hairs makes a very important part of our personality, and when we lose our hairs, it not only affects our look but it also affects our self-confidence. So that's why it's very important to have good hairs. Most common cause of hair fall in males is what we call as male pattern hair loss or androgenic alopecia, in which our hairs are lost due to the male hormone dihydrotestosterone. First they become thin and then they start to fall, first from the sides, gradually the front and middle area is affected, then the top or the crown area is affected. But hairs on the back and sides, they remain permanent because they are not affected by this hormone dihydrotestosterone. In hair transplantation, what we do is we take the permanent hairs from this back area and plant them in the front so that there also they remain permanent. Other common causes of hair loss in males include alopecia areata and telogen effluvium. In alopecia areata, you have patchy hair loss due to autoimmune process, while in telogen effluvium, it's mostly due to shock loss. In comparison, in females, hair loss is usually multifactorial. It usually is affected by nutritional factors, hormonal imbalance as well as stress, and all these factors needs to be treated to control the hair fall properly. When you talk about treatment options, non-surgical or medical treatment options can control hair fall, but they cannot recreate hair roots. So areas where hair roots are completely gone, there you cannot get new roots without doing hair transplantation. Hair transplantation, the hairs which we plant by hair transplantation, they do remains permanent, but what people need to understand is only the transplanted hairs will remain permanent. The existing hairs in that area or in the recipient area, they may continue to fall, and you need to continue taking medical treatment to protect the existing hairs. With hair transplant, the advantage is we can recreate a new natural looking hairline which remains permanent. And now with the advent of FUA process, it has become very simple, painless and quite effective. Previously, transplant was commonly done with FUT or the strip surgery, in which a strip is cut out from the back. That is, then the individual hair follicles are separated under the microscope, but that leads to a permanent linear scar. And then there are some more complications associated with this. While in FUE or follicular unit extraction, we extract each individual unit from the occipital area or from the permanent area, and we plant those grafts into the area of baldness. Now there is furthermore advancements in FUE also in form of biostimulation and bioenhanced simultaneous transplant, in which we use growth factors and to stimulate the patient's existing hairs also. And in case of bioenhanced simultaneous transplant, which is our patented technique, we do a simultaneous transplant and we stimulate the grafts at the same time with energy solution, so that the graft yield is much better, and now we get much better and much earlier results with these techniques. So hair transplant now has revolutionized this field. Now people having baldness, they no longer need to worry about it, and in cases in which good donor area is available, we can quite effectively transform them. Nowadays, even in cases with very advanced baldness, we can almost completely transform them and give them a very natural looking new hairs.
We have introduced Green OT concept, which gives the patient non-constrained feeling. It imitates the feeling of being outside and relaxation in the patient.
People from across the globe come to DermaClinix to get their hair back.